Morning and welcome aboard. Quick sound check for everybody. Let us know that you hear my voice, see our charts. For those that are coming from the outside, eminitradealong.com, eminitradealong.com. We're here trading day, slugging it out. We have new traders coming in. We've got experienced traders here looking to get an edge in their trading based on trading with their trade along host. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing to be taken as direct trading or investment advice. Thanks, Ryan. Dudley, how are you? Gus, KG, Lana. Hey, Lana, I was reaching out to you. I'm not sure if you're interested in a private coaching session with your trade along host. Just let me know back in chat. Anybody else, let me know. Ryan, you're going to have to post that message when he pops in at 9. Well, you'll hear him. He'll take over the mic. He'll put up his charts. It's going to be Saul is a 25-year veteran of the trading pits in Chicago. He's actively scalping for his own trading account. He's focused on the S&P 500 E-mini. He's available to help traders trade better. Price action trading is the methodology here. It is teachable. It is a standard in the trading space. The concept here is right up against the cash open. They set levels. There's going to be a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. Prices in the S&P 500 E-mini. These are the areas and zones that are set as a trading advantage to those that are here. To the trade along host. The trade along host is setting him for his own trading advantage and giving him out to you. The trade along host is trading and scalping the market as he sees based on price action and today's price action in the S&P 500 E-mini. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades is the target here. A pickup of 2 points plus on each trade. The plus comes from putting on more than one contract and being able to work based on your order entry of those contracts. I think it's important for you to know that we have individuals that are coming in that are just starting out trading and are looking to get set off on the right foot, and there's a great space for that. The morning session is geared toward the trade, the interaction between you and your trade along host. Our home base is Zoom. To come into Zoom, all you have to do is go to the URL eminitradealong.com and join us live in Zoom. If you're part of any networks out there, post it so that people have the opportunity to come in. Hey, Antonio, how are you this morning? Welcome aboard. At the end of the morning session, we have a Q&A session. Maybe we'll call it a post-mortem. Right word. In other words, a reflection on the morning session. And as the reflection is part of this teaching opportunity, you have the opportunity to ask, interact. We do that from 11 to 11:30. We talk about what happened today, how the levels worked, your status as a trader. Ask questions to your trade along host. It's it's become a very important piece of this opportunity to be able to hear from you, understand you, where you are, where you'd like to be, how we might be able to help you get to where you'd like to be. Also a lot that goes on here, both publicly and privately. In other words, there's a relationship to be had between you and your trade along host. That is, quite frankly, if you have the opportunity to talk to a 25-year veteran trader that's still trading, actively scalping, it really gives you quite an advantage in your learning experience to work with that kind of individual, or this kind of individual. In other words, if you were in a bar or restaurant or referred by a relative to somebody that could help you in your endeavor to persevere in trading, and it turned out to be Saul or Don, pretty happy. So don't take for granted what's happening here. This is a paid-for service. I'll post the opportunity to sign up, self-assess where you are. As they say in trading parlance, don't be a piker. Make sure you're signed up and honor your trade along host. If it seems like too much money for you, you probably shouldn't be trading. My opinion, one man's opinion. eminitradealong.com, eminitradealong.com. Right now it's 9:26. Saul should be joining us shortly. Be prepared to write his levels down. Pivot, know the levels on top and bottom of the pivot. These are no ordinary run-of-the-mill spoon-fed levels that your software spits out and everybody else, and I hate to say it, has problems at based on the fact that everybody's trying to use them. Every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jane. Hey Ash, how are you today? eminitradealong.com. Join us live in Zoom. New traders, experienced traders, pop in. Give you a period of time to get acclimated to the service. See if this is something you'd like to be part of. We can help you get set up with trading charts. Ask. We can help you get set up with your trading, your order entry. Ask. We can help you learn how to trade, school you in the art of trading, price action trading. Ask in chat. Hey guys, post that when Saul comes in. The problem with Zoom, I don't know why they haven't fixed it, so the chat doesn't live. So let's say Saul pops in. Right now, Don's with us. Thank you, Don. When Saul pops in and takes over the session today, he's going to set his levels. He's going to give them out to everybody. Then post your questions in there. They'll be happy to answer them. You also have the time between 11 and 11:30 to ask in-depth questions about, or express where you are and have a question answered, so that you can work yourself into what we do and the opportunity. Just know that you have a 25-year veteran trader, in my opinion, who traded up against the best traders in the world in Chicago on the floor of the trading pits. He's a member of that floor, so he's earned his stripes, and he is trading and at risk on a daily basis, putting his money where his mouth is, and he's able to interact with you, work with you, based on technology. which is awesome. For those that are looking to trade a funded trading account and you'd like to be set up for that, obviously make sure you're signed up for the service. And actually, I should actually post that, right? You think that would make sense? Every day I come in and I see where we're at based on pricing. I post what's here. Right now, that discount is still here. So if you haven't signed up, make sure you do. Self-explanatory. We look for 100% participation. We generally get it. If anything happens to the voice or something happens. Lee, how are you today? Hey, Lee, you signed up for our service? Got it, Lee. Appreciate it. Saul's in the house. He's going to put up his charts. Give him a welcome. eminitradealong.com. All right, can everybody hear me all right? Sorry, we're running a little bit late here. Our pivot this morning is 45.10, 45.10. Coming up here to resistance at the 17 area, then 25, 33, 43, 51. Support below at 04, 44.95. 84, 74, 65. Pivot 45.10. Support at 04, 44.95, 84, 74, and 65. Upside resistance at 17, 25, 33, 43, and 51. All righty. We are trading mini S&Ps here. We're looking for opportunities to scalp the market based on the levels we just gave out, in addition to any price action opportunities that might occur. The combination of both of those gives us our setups for the day. And quickly coming up here to the 17 area. See what it wants to do up here. All right, coming right up here to 17. Again, make sure you keep your stops in place. No matter what do we do, we're probably looking about 4 points, 2 to 3 points on our stops and rotations. And see if we can get those opportunities that the market gives us. Then we are always at the mercy of the market, as you know. We are not trying to hit home runs, but also trying to find areas we feel are important for us to be able to take some profits and just take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market when they present themselves. And we came right up here to the 17 area and trying to downtick here a little bit. Well, some orders coming in there at 15 and a quarter. And then there we go. And there's the quick 2 points that we have. The very minimal heat, getting a little bit more than that right now, 3 points. Again, if you're trading multiple contracts, there's a nice rotation there with very minimal heat there. Got filled on a 17 and then rotated right back off of it. Definitely could have gotten 3 or 4 points out of that very simply. All right, so nice way to start the morning. Again, there's obviously a risk-reward situation going on there with the market the first couple bars, but you get some added volatility there, and you obviously do get some opportunity to trade, which it's going to be quick one way or the other. So, all right, okay, nice way to start off the morning. If you look at the levels there in the chat, you'll see the levels that we have
that we're going to use as a guide to the day, all day. And those are there to help us find those areas of opportunity that we think might give us an opportunity to trade those areas of inflection that we find. All right, now we're coming back up here to the highs. Next level that we're looking at is up at the 25 area. Nice continuation rally from Friday, right? Yesterday's continuation rally, they were range bound, and all of a sudden they shot it back up and coming back up here to a 45 handle. So nice little opportunities there. Get you. I think I wasn't watching. Obviously, I couldn't be watching yesterday. I don't know how the levels work yesterday. The entry was a short against our first resistance area at 17. All right, quickly rotating back down here. You see our greenback coming there the way, coming back here to our pivot. You're a little aggressive. Maybe you're jumping in and getting along here a little bit, especially against our pivot area there. I mean, our green band as well, and our pivot. Again, depending on how aggressive you want it to be, this is definitely a price action play based on volatility in the market. Again, if you made a nice trade against 17 there, you get a nice little opportunity. And the market got a little bit weak here. All of a sudden, 675 is the settlement price. Nice, a couple layers of support here if you're a little aggressive. Otherwise, look for the 04 on the downside. Nice, coming back here, kind of hanging around this little support area here that we have. Again, if you're aggressive, otherwise wait for the 04. Again, there's different risk tolerances all around here. Not everybody trades the same. There's different opportunities, different setups. Recognition of trades is one aspect of trading. And the other aspect of trading is the execution part. And both of those aspects are important as you want to find those trades, but then how you get into those trades, how you manage those trades, the execution of those trades are equally as important. All right, said we have a little support in those areas down there. We're trying to fight back, of course, if you did take the trade. Otherwise, look for the 04. All right, getting a nice rotation here. Again, we had layers of support there. 08. You can see the 6 and the 6 1/4 in the blue band. It went down to 577 1/4. 675 was our settlement price. So a few layers of support. You have to scale in around all those little areas there. If you did okay. And we also thought I'd like to scale in around a level. We're not always going to be perfect. We've made that clear. All right, let's see here. We have any numbers come out this morning. Well, we had retail inventories come out, wholesale inventories come out, corporate profits come out this morning already. GDP second quarter revision. So, but that was also a little bit positive, even though it was a little bit weak, right? Because a little bad. And employment numbers are good for that. I don't know. We do have pending home sales coming out at 9 o'clock. So still have pending home sales coming out. Should be a little bit of a market mover. All right, bounced off of this little support area that we have, and coming right back up to the middle of this range. So if you did jump in there and get long there at those areas that I mentioned, 8, 7, 10 pivot. We have a few levels of support down there. Bonds here, all of a sudden, they said bonds hanging in there. They broke. We used to follow the bonds a little bit more closely, but lately the bonds have been doing their own thing, so it hasn't really affected us that much. All right, again, now we're range bound. We're looking at the 04 as our next support level. If we go back down there. And again, whatever trades you put on, you're always using your stops. Nobody here is going to love any trade. The opportunities will be there. So even if we get stopped out, we will look for another opportunity. I think I've talked about them. I don't show the trades, no, because not everybody here trades the same way. Not everybody here has to trade the way I do or trade the way you do. We give you areas that we focus in on. I kind of held your hand there with the 8, 9, and 10 area there, and I told you what was going on. Also, our 17, our levels kind of speak for themselves. We are obviously selling resistance areas and buying support areas. So they kind of speak for themselves. It's a matter of how you enter those trades, and how I do it or how anybody else does it. It's definitely to their own fruition. You don't have to trade multiple contracts. If you're trading one lot, it's fine. Sometimes you're going to get them, sometimes you're not, depending on where your entry point is. And some people trade 10 lots, 20 lots. It doesn't really matter as long as you find a methodology and understand your risk tolerance and trade them accordingly. But we're pretty much very straightforward here and kind of tell you what we are doing. It's just a matter of how each individual person gets around those trades. Like I have my levels in the queue already when it got up to 17. Maybe other people didn't, and then they missed it. I don't know. It doesn't mean that when I'm taking profits, doesn't mean that you have to get that somebody wants to get in and they missed the trade. So it's not really right. So everybody has their own way of trading. We suggest different concepts and ideas, and you have to find the one that fits your trading style and methodology and risk tolerance. All right, so we're back up here again. We don't trade this range game thing here. It's not our thing. Next level on the upside we're looking at for resistance is up at 25. Next support level, since we already tested our green band, blue band area there, we're probably looking at the 04 area. Yeah, VIX dropped all the way down to a 14 handle. We do have a couple numbers coming out here. Pending home sales and street investors' confidence index. Not really a big number, but new home sales might, pending home sales might give us some movement in the market. The VIX is down to the lowest level in over a month here, so they are definitely taking some volatility out of the market. All right, coming back up here to these highs, we're looking at the 25 next. We have a number coming out here in about 14 minutes. Don't forget that Friday is unemployment, so always something to keep an eye out on, and we'll see if that gives us any more volatility. But I guess market is very happy after that chairman decided not to really say anything crazy at this meeting. If they're going to still raise rates, but they said that he's surprised at how well the economy is doing. Kind of said, oh, well, that sounds good. Let's go with that instead of, oh, we're still going to raise rates statement, at least for this week. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Definitely don't mind questions. All right. Upticking here a touch. We're looking at the 25 area next. We're looking around. Let's set it up for about. Let's set up for about 10:30. No, we're kind of just hanging here on the highs. The upside level that we have, we're going to focus in on. It's going to be the 25 area. Well, I mean, if you market goes back to 10, I guess it's a little bit of support. It's a little bit more tenuous because we already played it a couple times. So it is support, but again, like I said, it's a little bit more riskier if it does go back down there. I would rather look at the 04 and instead. But again, everybody here has different risk tolerances, so. Oh, we're upticking a bit, looking at the 25 area. Right, continue to slowly uptick here. Looking at the 25 area next. Number coming out here in about 7 minutes or so. All right, continue to uptick, looking at the 25 area. Yes, we are getting short around the 25 area, which means we scale in around it. So depending on what your risk tolerances are and how many contracts you can trade, you can scale around it. I would say that I get into 24, 25, and 26 as a scale. If you can do that, fine. If you can't, then you just put it in at 25. It's fine. You're doing one lot, and that way you are in the market, and then you can see let the market kind of do its thing once we get up here. All right, coming up here to the 25 area now. Up to right up to 25. I see where it wants to go, and no matter what, you keep your stops in place. Getting a nice little rotation here against our 25. Still it's trying to work its way down here a bit. All right, there's a good quick couple points there against the 25 area. Now we got 22 points. Now we'll see if we can get a little bit more out of it if we can. But you're definitely going to take some profits off the table. If you have any left over, have a trailing stop, and just kind of take what the market gives you. You got your quick 2 points and a little bit more, and then you can just kind of just be happy with that and see what the next opportunity is. Like I said, you had to basically have your order in the market. I guess you could have maybe in this situation you could have gone short. But, we try to take the guessing aspect out of the trade here because obviously you have to believe in the levels to have the orders in place. If you believe in the levels and you have orders in place, then you just keep your stops are automatically in the market, and that way you can take advantage of it when you have a little flush like we did here without trying to think, should I get in, should I not get in? Sometimes, like yesterday, if you were with us, one of our levels, we flashed right up to it and flashed right back down in the same 10 seconds or 5 seconds later. And so if you didn't have your orders in place, you would have never got the order and you never got a profit. Sometimes how the market works, and sometimes it'll just run through, and that's why we keep our stops in place. We just don't know. All right, we do have a number now. Coming out here in about 2 minutes. We don't like to have positions on when numbers are released. So consequently, we're going to be flat right into this number. Oops. Do this. All right, so we'll see here what this number is going to bring us. We're flat right now. Had a quick rotation there against our 25 again. All we're trying to do is take advantage of ebbs and flows. We're not trying to hit home runs. And then we look for the next opportunity. At least the markets are moving around a bit for us. They're giving us good reason to trade. Sometimes we have to, we talk about being patient and wait for opportunities. And today, at least, the markets are giving us some. We average about 4 to 5 trades a day. That's what we're trying to do. Number coming out here in about all right, got a number coming out here in less than a minute, so try to be patient. About 3 to 4 points, depending on your risk tolerance and how you get in. So I like to keep it 2 to 3 points with the volatility where it's at. Sometimes the volatility changes in the market, and so we expand it to 3, 4, or 5 points, or even 6 sometimes. Right now, 3 points keeps you in the game, I think, and 2 to 3 points keeps you in the game and gives you a good opportunity to make a little bit of money. But then when volatility gets plugged into the market, then you have to expand your stops. All right, number coming out here momentarily. Lighten the ladder ticket a little bit, not so much. Okay, numbers out there. You can see the extra little jerk in the market. And next level on the upside we have it, we're looking at 33. Downside support right now, would be around the 14 area. If we get back down there. All right, the market trying to uptick a little bit more. We're looking at the 33 area next. All right, market continues to slowly uptick here. We're looking at the 33 area next. Market got exceptionally bullish here. Pending home sales 0.9 versus minus 0.8. No. Bonds didn't react to it. All right. We talked about the dynamics there in the housing market. It's kind of strange. Pending home sales, people are not finding homes to sell, even though, and prices keep going up only because there's not enough houses to sell. Because people have refinanced at such, when the markets were down at 3 and 4%, that it's probably cost them more to go rent or find a new place to go buy. So they're staying in their homes, so the availability of homes are not out there. Keeping prices high, even though interest rates have gone up, kind of counterintuitive of what normally thinking would or could happen. All right, so they're just kind of continuing to uptick here a little bit. We got a little resistance around the 33 area. All right, we got up to 29 there and backed off a bit. Little support again, like I said, around the 14 area if you're a little aggressive. Yeah, these hurricanes this year are going to be brutal in Florida. Just, I don't know, people, I mean, Florida's great place, nice weather most of the time, but man, the hurricane season is very tough. Man, it does not look pretty. I guess you got to get used to it. I don't know. I just can't imagine all that rain. I mean, torrential rain. And it's so still early in the season, so a long way to go. All right, we're just kind of hanging here. We had support. Well, we get better support down at the 14. I don't like to play the range game here, so 14 is an area that I would focus on, at least at the time being, for support. Otherwise, next upside resistance would be up at the 33 area. And kind of in the middle here, what I like to call a no trade zone, where we have to be a little bit patient and wait for opportunities. We've had our levels got triggered and they worked out very nicely. We had a little buying opportunity earlier on around that pivot area after that 17 was made. So now we're just kind of hanging here. We like to average about 4 to 5 trades a day, and we also focus more on the morning hours to give us those opportunities. We feel that the dynamics in the morning work best for what we are trying to do. So consequently, that's what we are focused in on, and try to just take advantage of ebbs and flows in the morning. Ebbs and flows in the morning. The trade in the afternoon gets a little bit more one way, a little less volatility and harder to trade. But as long as we understand that and we focus on the morning hours, and that way, if you got something to do in the afternoon, much best. Definitely don't want to be around when Fed days come around, that's for sure. All right, so the numbers are out. And so there's nothing else coming out today, even though that we had a whole slew of them that the market reacted to. Bond market kind of a little bit like the bonds and yield on the tens are trading at around 415, maybe a little bit less this morning, but that's way off of the 435 or area that they were. It's coming back up here to 121 handle. Well, that's a 30-year. And they were down at 117 handle, so they've had a very nice rally there in the bond market here over the last couple weeks, and I think we kind of followed them a little bit. All right, we're back up here at the highs. We have 33 next as our next level of support. Sorry, resistance. All right, got up here to 30 now. And looking at the 33 next. If you look at the chat, you'll see the levels there in the chat for you. All right, well, we kind of breaking down here a bit. Again, looking at on the downside, we talked about the 14 area. All right, just kind of hanging up here on these highs. Support down at the 14 area, at least for the time being. All right, down ticking here a bit, looking at the 14 area as a little support. Again, whatever you do, you're always going to keep your stop in place. And again, we are always have to be patient and wait for an opportunity to present itself versus going in there and trying to think, I'm going to just buy it here because the market's going up, because all of a sudden you get this break and it just ruins that idea. So instead of doing that, we'll wait for the market to give us a chance or give us an area that we might hope that it's a little bit of support, at least from a technical point of view. All right, we're down again here. Let's support down at 14 if we're looking to, if you are looking to jump in there and buy it. Otherwise, like I said, probably our next good support would probably be at the 04 area. Again, there's different risk tolerances here, different people looking at trades. Some people don't like price action trades, so you're waiting for levels to get triggered. There's all kinds of different people trading here. So I'm just explain the risks involved, and you have to manage it according to your risk tolerance. Now we're coming down here to the 14 area. All right, well, we got down to 15 and a half there. Obviously had 15 there, and I think I could keep it here for this bar to close. Looking at the 14 area, maybe I will take the 15 and a half out and look at the 14. If we come back down here and test it. All right, came right down there to the 14. Popping back up a bit. Again, if you didn't get them, maybe adjust, because there was just a ticket there by a second. Got a little support here if you're a little aggressive. Again, we were talking about 14 from when the market was up above, and you have to just show some patience, and then you're looking for a place to buy it. Up above obviously wasn't. And this might not be either, but at least it's a better spot, giving you a chance here to work the order and then see what happens, and make sure you keep your stop in place no matter what. So we always talk about that more than anything else, because we're not going to love any trade we put on. Like I said earlier, 04, if you're more risk averse, you're looking at 04 as our next support level. Okay, we just kind of hung there for a little bit there at 14, and then whatever is creating this volatility is taking the market down here over the last 5 minutes, all the way from 30 down here to 11. And it could be anything. It could be a myriad of reasons. A lot of times it's a Fed governor saying something in some kind of meeting, even though we don't have anything, that I don't have anything scheduled or see it. So we have these like moves, in the middle of the day, and because somebody says something, and that's why we always, make sure you keep your stop in place more than anything else. All right, coming down here to our green band again. 04 is our next good support area on the downside. Cool. Quick rotation down. Obviously, you can see here in market is getting some news that's creating this push here to the downside. Of course, it goes down to 5.5 there, and I got up and there's at 5. But be careful. It seems like there's definitely some reason that the market is getting pushed down here. All right. Like I said, it could be many reasons we don't know about. At least we won't know until later. And the market went down to 5.5 there. And like I said, I had my order in there at 5. right, coming down here to the 4 area now. Okay, working this 4 area. Oh, there's definitely some nasty action going on here, right? Somebody's not liking this stuff. All right, well, if you got stopped out on the mechanical stop there, it got right down to 01, came right back up here to 5. So very, very, all of a sudden we get some extra volatility in the market. Usually happens when the market goes down. If you didn't have a mechanical stop and you have a finger stop, you're getting a chance here to exit some of it or take a little profit. If you get stopped out, that's fine. And we'll look for a next trade, which would be done at 44.95 area. I mean, obviously, some people have mechanical stops, some people have finger stops. It all depends on what you're comfortable using or doing. I was a little surprised there that we flushed down there, got filled on the lower end there as well, and I'm right back up here. So that was a little extra. Did not expect to get those threes when it was kind of hanging there, but it was the same bar, so you have to take that into consideration. All right. So again, depending on how you manage your stops, you either making a little bit of money here on this trade, or you got stopped out. And again, everybody does it differently, and that's why there's not one right way or wrong way of doing this. If you use a mechanical stop and it went down to, and you have a 3-point stop, you obviously got filled down there at 01. If you got filled on the lower end at 03 and you're still at the trade, came right back up, and obviously we're going back up to 7 here. So nice little rotation there. And again, it doesn't mean one way is right or one way is wrong. Everybody does it differently. And if it gets stopped out, totally understand. If you didn't, you got a nice trade working here. It all depends on what you're comfortable using or doing, actually. That's what the point is. All right, market rotating back up here. 10 is our pivot. Whatever created this little bond market did not react to any of that. All right, again, we like to say we like to average about 4 to 5 trades a day. We've definitely gotten to that point, and probably a little bit more depending on how aggressive you are. But that's what happens. Sometimes you're going to get some more opportunities than other times, and the key word there is obviously average. All right, coming back all the way back up here to our pivot after that little flush. Again, all the way from 30 all the way down to, was that 3 or 1 big move in about 10 minutes. And you just never know when these moves are going to be, and that's why we try to stay out of, guessing the market's going one way and then we decide to buy it, and then all of a sudden look what happens. And then you got this bias going, so at least we tried to jump in there at 14. That kind of did not work out, and then we made the move to the 04. We waited for that, and then depending on how your stops work, because they did flush it down to 01 for a quick second, and then rotated back up again, depending on how you manage your stops, whether you're the finger stop or not. And market rotated quickly back up here. All right, now it's kind of just coming back up here to our pivot area. And don't really have any opinion right now. All right, look at this move, right? They were just joking, right? When they flushed it all the way down there, they hit a lot of those stops. And as a trader, you kind of, if you get caught in the longs, obviously it's not a good situation. But as a trader, you're waiting for them to hit those stops, and you're hoping that it hits a good support area or resistance, depending on which way it goes. And then you are going to take advantage of this rotation back. I wish I held mine to come back all the way up here to 15. If I knew they were going to come all the way back up